Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
Hello there, Outrider. How you doing today? Matt and Dan here, and we've got to episode 121 coming at you. How you doing, Dan?
Good, Outrider. So I know we only have one listener. So thank you to you, that one listener.
Bring that personal touch, yes. Like I'm speaking to you. Yeah, you good-looking Outrider, you.
Well,
anyway,
I mean, it makes sense since we only have one listener. So
stop it!
I'm
Come on, we've got
kidding.
at least 3 or 4. I mean, I download the episodes, so
you download it because you have to edit it, and then I have to QC it.
Oh, damn, that's everybody.
Yeah, that's everybody.
No, of course.
But yes, 121, we're making this a thing now. So I've actually added it to the agenda.
I feel like we've gotten so advanced here,
yes.
With our show notes and our dates and everything on that. But gosh, it feels like it's been forever since we gotten back together.
Yeah, well, we had a little drought in news, considering the onslaught of news that was Mini Extravaganza.
Yeah, we had the Mini Extravaganza supersize, and then we're 1 week behind our normal recording schedule, which was good because I've been sick as hell these last couple of weeks. I picked up a nasty cold that's been going around. Not the Rona, just a different one. But I honestly, just these last couple of days, finally starting to feel like myself again. So it's probably a good thing we didn't. So you didn't get contracted with whatever. I think they called it the sandpaper cold because your throat feels like sandpaper or something like that. It was very scratchy. It was pretty bad. Yeah.
It wasn't con-crud or something from when you were in Dallas?
No, it wasn't the con. Well, it was some sort of crud, but yeah. I made a poor decision to go to a concert, and I paid for it in spades.
Yes, concert.
Yes. Yep. Oh boy! But anyways, Star Wars Legion. How about it? We got a lot of stuff to cover
we
here.
got a cantina event that we're going to after recording.
Yes, yeah. I've got my bag loaded up, ready to go. Try to get some practice in because the SoCal GT's coming, or the SoCal Open's coming up here real soon.
Yeah, and you haven't played a game since?
It's been a while,
Texas? Yeah.
so I need to.
You could just go straight and say, the last game I played was at an Open.
Yeah,
the next game you play is at an Open. Just keep that streak going.
How about we actually play some games though? That would be great. Yeah, I've spent a little bit of time playing some Crisis Protocol. I think a lot of people have been experimenting with that. It's a fun game, but definitely will never replace Legion in my heart.
Because I've been painting up some 3D printed.
You've been doing some really good painting. Putting up some. You've been putting on the Facebook. No, you haven't because. Facebook, you've been putting it on the Discord.
I haven't put it on our Outrider Discord.
You should drop it in the Facebook group.
Yeah, but Drake and of course by extension Keegan over at 6 Up have been kind enough to print. Yeah, have been kind enough to print some of the custom minis that I've been collecting STLs for around.
Well, it's what they do.
Yeah.
So very cool, and they've been looking great. It's nice to have some dynamic Empire officer types in there on the list. So
I guess I have a thing for Imperial officers. I should line up all the custom ones I have because I have it from a couple different model creators. But anyway, on to Star Wars news.
Let's do some Star Wars news. What do we got, bud?
Did you get to watch all of Visions?
I didn't actually finish Visions yet. I don't know if I mentioned before, but when Visions came out, I was just getting sick and I was feeling really bad, and I put it on and I was not feeling it. I just the first episode was cool, and then I was like, what is this? And I think it was just down to me feeling just miserable. So I'm going to go back this week and start over again because I got to episode 4 or 5. And actually me and you were chatting about it, and you're like, oh, I really liked, episode, I think it was 4 or 5 you actually mentioned. And I was like, if Dan liked it and I didn't, there's something really wrong. This is alarming, so I'm going to stop right now.
I do admit I had to do a second watch through of all of them because the first pass, it took a little adjustment getting into because I'm one of those canon junkies where I have to fit everything into.
I know.
And none of this is canon. Absolutely none.
Except all of it's canon, right?
Well, but yeah, no. Don't.
It doesn't fit neatly into your vision of the Star Wars universe.
But no, I mean, as good artistic interpretations of what Star Wars could be, there's some good episodes.
Oh yeah,
there's
fantastic.
some ones that didn't really jive with me.
Oh,
I'll be
I'm
honest with you.
sure. It's going to be one of those like love, death robot things where there's like, certain ones, resonate and other ones don't. But I could have sworn they said something about that first one, the samurai kind of.
The black and white.
Right.
The one that was called The Duel.
Ronin.
Yeah.
The Duel. Yeah. That there's going to be like a book or something.
Yeah, so there's going to be a tie-in book. It's actually out October 12th.
Oh,
so
hey, it's right here on the notes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I assumed you were just playing coy
I'm not
and reading
that
the
organic.
notes.
Sorry, no.
But yes, no, there will be a tie-in book to the first one, The Duel, which was the black and white one, following the Ronin. Some early reviews are out there from people that got pre-release copies. I have not read them because I want to go in completely, unknown.
That'll be interesting.
Because I'm curious to where Hal explains either, hopefully before the episode, to explain where he's coming from. But hey, I'll take something after too. But
yeah, that was super cool. Definitely, I'm excited to watch that one again mostly because the droid hat. That was dope.
But on to Disney Plus and live action stuff. Book of Boba Fett finally got its release date, December 29th.
Wow, they're not quite the 12th hour, but like 11:59, I guess, to make that 2021 release schedule.
I mean, they originally did say Christmas time, so this is technically
a couple days after Christmas.
But yeah, no, it's going to be this year. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah,
now we're just got to wait for the trailer to drop.
Yeah, I'm curious how much is going to be like treading back into territory with Mandalorian, or if we're going to have some cameos and things like that. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, some very early, and this was a while ago, and I reported it on previous Star Wars news, that some things have come out saying that this will go as far back as Empire Strikes Back.
Well, I mean, you've got a character that spans all the way back to the Clone Wars, so that would be really interesting. Oh, I see a little baby Boba Fett running around.
Yeah. Though, I forgot the name of the actor who played.
Chuckling meanly to himself. It's like, you're 5, stop it.
Yeah. But in other Disney Plus news, Deadline had an interview with Diego Luna, which he dropped that filming has wrapped on Andor.
Wow, man, I have heard like nothing coming out about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple little things.
Everybody's been so focused on Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett, and then
Mandalorian and Kenobi.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Andor's kind of slipped under the radar, but one of the other actors had an interview, and I'm blanking on it because I did report it on a previous Star Wars news.
So refer back to whatever.
Yeah, refer back to whatever episode, but not officially announced, but Forrest Whitaker is in it. So.
Oh, yes. Exciting! Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I mean, pre-Rebellion, this is a great time to show all the little factional fighting and whatnot of because the actress who played Mon Mothma in Rogue One and the deleted scene of Episode 3, of course, is playing Mon Mothma again, and just to see her and Forrest Whitaker butting heads.
Oh man,
the whole Saw Gerrera thing. They touched on it in Rebels, but I really want to see that factional infighting.
Well, just remember, you saw it here first.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Disney Plus, they announced that Disney Plus Day. Yes, they're gonna have a special day on November 12th.
Okay.
Well, they're gonna be doing a lot of releases. One of them Star Wars related, but most of them are Marvel. Because Legend of the Ten Rings. And oh god, I'm blanking. There was one other Marvel property that was coming to Disney Plus that was previously.
It
wasn't Black Widow. Dang it! Now I'm blanking.
Moon Knight.
No, I'm gonna have to look. I have to look at
that.
Okay, I only wrote down the Star Wars stuff here.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, let's focus.
But
on
they're
that.
doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. The Jeff Goldblum show, season 2 is coming out.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I enjoyed
it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one I thought I'd really, really like, but it was less of a. Jeff Goldblum does Travel Destination and more like Jeff Goldblum How It's Made.
I love that description.
And I wasn't really prepared for it. But I might need to go back and like cherry pick some episodes or topics that I think would be interesting. They did the shoe one and I was like, I don't really care. But anyways.
But specifically to Star Wars, they said that, quote, a special celebrating the origins and legacy of Star Wars' legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett will be debuting on this day. I'm hoping this involves a trailer for Book of Boba Fett.
I need to go find this headline and article and just send it to my friend who his favorite thing to remind me of is that he thinks that Boba Fett is the most overrated character in Star Wars. But now we've got an entire series about it and obviously being celebrated. So there you go.
To quote Robot Chicken, that's what happens when you sell the most action figures.
I mean, I don't want to say like half the pictures on my wall are Boba Fett, but probably a quarter.
Actually, yeah. No,
I've actually got another one that hasn't been hung yet. But anyways.
And the last thing, of course, the Galactic Star Cruiser, back again in the news. The dates.
Sorry, all I heard was cash register noises there.
But they did officially announce that cruises will start March 1st, 2022.
Hey.
Yeah. So, and that the general bookings will start opening on the 28th of October of this year.
Wow.
So, again, patrons, I think I've run that joke so dry that I think it's going to do it. They did one of the article came out saying that the very first cruise, though, was offered exclusively to Disney annual pass holders, Vacation Club members, Club 33, other Disney VIPs, and apparently it's already fully booked. The very first cruise.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain of it. Yeah. I'm probably going to try. I'm going to see if we can start saving our shekels and maybe go next year.
By next year, you mean
2023.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a nickel in the milk jug each day, and that should come out to like $7,000 million.
Well, and let them get their first few runs through.
Yeah, exactly. Get the crew
kinks.
broken in and the cast and all that. Make it a smooth running, effective operation.
Yeah. No, but I'm excited for some of the previews, and I'm sure some of the Disney bloggers out there will collect enough money to get in it, and then hopefully document the whole thing. So I'm very looking forward to seeing some videos coming out for that. So.
Also, awesome. What came out on Disney Plus, the Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh, yes. I mean, not Star Wars related.
Not at all.
But we're very excited for that, too. Yes.
It was actually pretty funny. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah.
All right. On to Legion news.
What? We got some? No, we don't.
Oh, a little bit.
You're killing.
A little bit.
You're kidding me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, other than, SoCal Open, since, by the way, LVO 111 days away, by the way.
Really? Because I didn't see a note on here. I thought you might have forgotten this time.
You think I'd forget? I only forgot that one episode.
Oh, okay.
But SoCal Open coming up real quick.
Very excited.
Yeah. They have announced that the RRG, the points, the legal units. What was the date on that? It was the 2nd. What's the 9th?
Sure.
I am blanking. It's already locked in though.
Yeah.
As of recording.
Right.
So yeah. It's going to be real fun, I think, if the points update comes out before the Open, and then all the list builders get updated with the new points, and then people have to start list building and lock in for it. So
like in the caveman days.
Yes. You have to break out a PDF and a calculator and go. So yeah, anyone going to SoCal Open, start designing your list now, just in case they drop the points update.
Oh, I'm running the same list, so that's easy. Thank you. Yeah, might make some photocopies of it. That's about it.
And a little more meta news. Asmodee's owner, PAI Partners. So yes, what's the chain go? It's AMG owned by Asmodee, owned by PAI.
Yeah, the puppet master emperor is behind the string, pulling the strings.
No, PAI, they're just an investment company, so really they're, at least as far as I can tell, they're not really like digging into how Asmodee runs itself, other than you make us money.
Yeah.
And if you don't make us money, then we intervene.
Fire all your departments that don't make money.
Yeah. So the fact that Asmodee has been increasing its stock price, its revenue, so I don't think they've had to deal with that too much. Which makes it interesting because article I read says they reached out to Goldman Sachs to say, hey, we want to sell Asmodee for 2 billion euros. So Goldman Sachs, go find us a buyer.
Wow.
So, if anyone, wants to start a Patreon to buy.
Oh, that's why there you go.
No, I mean, what does this mean for Legion? Probably absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So,
unless, yeah. I mean, the worst thing that would be if, like, somebody bought it and then they just want to, like, part it out and then flip all the little individual portions of AMG or something.
But it's not struggling right now. Why would it?
No, I know.
There's no real reason to do that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe it would be a net win.
Yeah, but, maybe a company that actually cares on how Asmodee runs it and says, hey, get some of these things that we notice are weird. Get together.
Yes. Fueled by the dark side. All right.
But no buyer has been announced as of yet. So
I have a small bit of Legion news.
Oh.
Apparently, Darth Mauls have been arriving in the wild again.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we got some resupply finally back at our LGS. So
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, and as soon as they've arrived, though, just like the Phantom Menace, they've been snapped up and bought. What? I mean, that's good. We've had our community members in our community group chat going, hey, I got the call. So,
yeah, it's been...
So it's great. I mean, it's great they're coming out, finally.
And they're gone again. And they're gone.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things we're going to talk about right now is we actually got a report about the London GT that happened. Was it last weekend? I think it was just recently here.
Do I have to put on a snobbish British accent and go, chip, chip, cheerio?
Do you think that's what they sound like?
Apologies to all of our UK listeners.
Keep going. But anyways, let's see. We have the top list. Also, a report is written up by user Cockles. I'm
a very British username.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Poppins songs, sung by Dick Van Dyke, are springing to mind. So that's nice. It's a nice little thing to go out on. But apparently this was set up to be a 64-person tournament, but they are still struggling over there with travel restrictions between, the greater part of Europe and the UK and all that. Apparently 42 people had actually registered, and they had 12 people kind of no-show day of. So they had 30 people, which is still pretty good.
That's still decent.
Yeah, no, that's a decent turnout. Man, that'd be a fun one to go to also. But we have the top player lists there, and Cockles was saying it was a very good event. Overall, everybody seemed to have a lot of fun. There was a smattering of armor lists out there, apparently a 5th placing by Anakin, so that's kind of cool. And Rex came in, or excuse me, no, Anakin came in 3rd, and a Rex Star came in at 5th. Plus some of the things we're going to talk about later on Rex and the clone situation is going to be interesting on that. But overall, they also had, and this is something I'd love to see more places do, is a best sportsmanship. That was something that was a staple of a lot of the UK tournaments I went to back in the day. It usually went to the person that... it wasn't quite the last place trophy, but the standing really didn't usually enter into it. But just kind of like, hey, who's your favorite opponent for the day, and then they kind of aggregate it and just recognize, good sportsmanship. And I think that's laudable. I like that a lot. But anyway, so the top 2 lists came down. We had let's go through it. I had a Rebel list. I'll read that one if you want to do the second. There, I don't want to say the other list. How about the second list? We had Jyn Erso with Vigilant Situational Awareness and an A180 config. R2D2, that's it. Oh, looks like, nope, just R2D2, I think. Fleet Troopers with Scattergun, as you do, an extra Fleet Trooper and Impact Grenades, because why not? 3 Rebel Troopers, just naked as the day they were painted. And then 3 Wookiee Warriors, with Bowcasters and Tenacity. That seems pretty good. AA5 Speeder Truck with a Shriv, Gonk, Unorthodox Tactician, a Heavy Laser Retrofit, onboard comms, and that seems pretty strong, I gotta say.
And it's great to see a Jyn list doing pretty well, because...
I know Hefe is, he loves that Rogue One stuff, and he was a little bit doom and gloom on some of the news coming about the RRG points coming up.
Yeah, so Jeff, see, Jyn is still good.
I mean, this is under the old, before they adjusted everything and made them unplayable. So.
But of course, Wookiee's AA5,
that's a lot to chew through there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of the classic Rebel archetype right now. I'm curious. I may have to talk to Jeff more about this to see how those command cards really work with this kind of list. I'll have to see. But yeah, no, it's an interesting mix.
I'm assuming the fleet troopers went in the bus there and they did their thing, and Wookiees were just running across the board like madmen, rebels taking objectives, R2-D2 doing R2-D2 things.
Beep, booping, and being a magic trash can.
That's the most magical MacGuffin out there. Plus Jin, maybe grabbing early objectives and things like that. But it seems pretty good. I like that list.
Yeah.
What was the other one that it played against?
What was the points on that one?
This would be good point. 781 out of 800, so pretty steep bid there.
Yeah,
19 points.
Yeah.
How many? What did you get on the other one?
The CIS list.
I'm sorry. This was Jack Prouting's list.
Oh, okay. And Thomas Curtis was running a CIS Maul AAT list. That came in at 774 out of 800.
Wow,
so,
okay,
26 point bids.
Oh man, I'm hoping that we're going to see the end of these deep bids.
Hopefully, I mean, some of the updates already given and updates that have been leaked, we'll talk about in a little bit.
Stay
are going to be giving Red Player a bit more agency. So hopefully, this will.
Don't give away the butcher store, whatever that expression is that I didn't get right. Give away the cow for free milk? I don't know.
Let me just get on with this list.
Hey, how about that?
T-Series tactical droid with aggressive tactics, Maul with saber throw, push, tenacity, and into the fray. So that is a spicy Maul.
Mm-hmm.
On AAT with HE shells, armor piercing shells, and a link targeting array. So all the shells. 3 battle droids with the rocket trooper, 2 naked B1s. And another B1 with the repair droid. It's probably falling behind the tank and topping that off. And then Maul's probe droids with a comm relay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is a pretty classic Maul with something else.
The rocket launchers in there sound really interesting, especially if you're going to hit that armor. I'm curious to see how it would have gone against that AA5. If it was able to do some work and drop it, and with the
you got the list. I'm curious how the actual battle report of that went. So because
these
two lists seem like they would really chew into each other really well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it looks like Jack was able to secure the win there with Thomas taking up second place there. But congratulations, guys, and it sounds like everybody had a great time at the London GT. So thank you very much for that report there, Cockles.
Yeah, and if anyone else is at an event and sees some interesting lists or interesting results,
send in some reports. This is really cool.
Reach out to us so we can go over it, and we're curious to see how everyone's playing out there.
Yeah, with all the with the SoCal Open and all the other events that are kicking off again, I'm already thinking about the Dallas Open again next week, or Lone Star Open. Excuse me. Yes, I was thinking about doing Dallas, but I think I'll stick with Lone Star. That was a really well run event, and thinking about it for next year already. But anyways, there it is, guys. We're gonna come back in just a moment here and talk about some of the previews we've gotten about the RRG points adjustment, all that kind of stuff, and some of the things that are coming our way. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Matt here to tell you about our friends over at 6UP Supply. If you're like me and don't have access to your own 3D printers, 6UP Supply has you covered with a whole suite of printing services to bring those awesome files to life. The Outriders are proud to be partnered with 6UP, and you could find special themed terrain, gear, and tokens with a big discount for Patreon members in the Outrider Central section of the website. And that's not all. You can also get terrain bases, game supplies, tools, LED kits, and more. Stuff is being added all the time. So stop by the number 6upsupply.com and use coupon code OUTRIDER to save 10% on your next order, and let them help you up your game.
You are receiving the Legion Outriders podcast. Ending the transmission now would be most unfortunate. And now, the Outriders.
Welcome back. Our Outriders have reported in, and we have
our singular Outrider.
Okay, it's you.
Yes.
Has reported in with advanced tactical information coming from. Where did you collect this data, Mr. Dan?
From all of the AMG streams that have been going on the last few weeks. They, of course, if anyone's watched the streams, you've seen the chats in there are basically RRG when RRG, what's going on with the RRG, when are we going to get it, all things. So
Is this during every stream they do? Like they'll be painting up Scarlet Witch and people.
I
are
haven't
like...
watched the MCP streams, so I don't know.
Okay.
If they are now in the Legion streams, people from the X-wing communities have also been asking about their point. Well, they received their points already, but their rules update. Because in X-Wing, it's a little different. They actually have the points and the rules as two separate documents as opposed to all rolled in.
Right.
One.
Yeah, that was a big change in 2.0.
Yeah.
But okay, so what does your data packet say, Mr. Man?
Well, for them to respond to all those questions about the RRG, they said, yes, it will be out sometime before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
And yes, they had to confirm American Thanksgiving. So yeah,
because
for our Canadian friends, yes.
Yeah, the Canuck Thanksgiving, I think the maple syrup and turkey hootenanny, I think is colloquial. I don't
think they do
hams.
Turkey up there.
How about maple hams?
To our Canadian listeners, reach out to us. Let us know. I'm actually, as a connoisseur of the food,
I'm a big fan of food also.
Yes. I'm curious, what kind of food is normally associated with Canadian Thanksgiving?
That is kind of. I mean, the turkey is a North American bird, and I'm sure it can probably get travel documents to go to the Great White North as well. Snowshoe its way up there.
Yeah, but it's not a. I mean, it's an American tradition.
I just realized what they have: Canadian bacon. Come on, I mean, it's obvious, right? Now that you think about it, you feel silly, but. No, really. So they did confirm that we will be having an official update before American Thanksgiving, which is not soon enough.
Now, people were asking, why American Thanksgiving? Well, there is actually a legitimate reason for that.
Oh, okay. I like reasons.
Yes. So AMG has said they've completed it. It's 100% done.
So just give it to us.
They have now had to hand it off to Lucasfilm Licensing.
Oh.
Because, of course, anything Star Wars related has to be rubber stamped by Lucasfilm.
Has to be vetted and approved.
Yes. Just to make sure that, they're not saying that, whatever character is not holding the right color lightsaber or...
I think it was old Sheev that said it best. I love bureaucracy. I think that was it. Yeah.
So yes, we're waiting on Lucasfilm Licensing, and we have confirmed in the past all RRGs have to go through.
Yeah,
Lucasfilm Licensing.
Gotta go through,
and they take. And this was, I forgot how long ago we asked because LJ confirmed that for us.
It was a couple months back.
It was. I thought it was like pre-COVID.
Was it?
No, I don't know. Everyone's sense of time is going on here.
Yes, exactly.
But last we heard that approval process takes on average about 5 weeks. So that actually kind of lines up with the current timetable.
Hopefully they won't be taking any early breaks for Canadian Thanksgiving and then push everything back. And then turns out, now it's American Thanksgiving, yes. So we're going to take some more time off.
So once the rubber stamps over at Lucasfilm can hit this RRG, they can release it. They are literally just waiting for Lucasfilm to say, okay, it's done here.
And we'll say, hooray!
Yes.
And we'll have a end of... the Ewok adventure kind of celebration with fireworks and is that what we're calling Return of the Jedi? That's what I'm calling Return of the Jedi, the Ewok adventure. But fireworks and dancing in the streets.
As long as there's an a cappella rendition of Yub Nub.
I mean, obviously.
Yes.
Wedge dancing around like a fool.
Everyone go out there and go to the Arlnauts YouTube page. They have the ending scene of Return of the Jedi with no music. And
no!
Hilarious.
I can already imagine.
Lando is sitting there clapping, and you can just.
Are they the same ones that did like the Rolling Stones? But anyway, check them out. I think I know. Yeah. They're pretty funny.
As we quickly mentioned earlier, they have said that it's possible in the future, not this time because they are tied together, the points in the RRG, but they said in the future it's something they consider to separate the points in the RRG as two separate documents, which gives them a little more flexibility, I think.
Yeah, so they're going to treat it like X-Wing has, and I think that's probably, instead of putting the points totals on the card, which is... coin flip on whether it's going to stay the same. So you just kind of eschew that whole thing, and they're like, here is the.
But the advantage is points don't have anything to do with lore context of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, someone out there correct me if I'm wrong, But I believe that this means that they don't have to swing the points past Lucasfilm Licensing.
Oh.
Because it's just, this guy's worth valued at this. It's not, this guy has this ability that whether or not it makes sense.
Whether or not Luke Skywalker can have a DL-44 on this model is not the same as we think he's worth 80 points. They're like, what's 80 points? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah, so if they do separate it, I'm thinking that will lead to more streamlined point adjustments in the future, hopefully.
Oh, man, that is a good catch. Yeah, I do hope that's the case. We're going to have to reach out and see if we can get some clarification on that.
Yeah, that was just, of course, a lot of these things were just literally mentioned casually during painting streams or during gameplay
It's funny
streams.
how they just drab that information out.
Yeah.
But that's really good. I do hope that is the case.
Honestly, a lot of people are not fans of this, I'm going to be honest with you. At least from what I'm collecting on the internet, because everyone's used to the FFG article method, where there's one place you can go to look to see and get all the information, as opposed to sitting there and watching the whole stream.
Yeah.
I admit I sometimes have the advantage at work of being able to put my Bluetooth headphones on and just listen to the stream while I'm working on something. But not everyone has that.
Yeah,
luxury,
we need to start like an Ugnaught transcription service so you can go back and parse the data that you care about the most. And
luckily there's a lot of people on Discord and the Facebook pages have been helpful with that, because whenever that information does drop, there's instantly a post. So so
thank you, O News correspondents, for doing your hard work and bringing us the salient information that we crave.
But some of the spicier things dropped. So we said it in the first half. Red player getting a little more agency.
Yes.
Thanks to both not only the 4-card battle card system now, but now the red player chooses the board side.
I like both of these changes. I don't think we ever talked about the 4-card. Did we actually mention it?
Did we? I think we mentioned it in passing.
So just
during
in
Mini
case,
Extravaganza.
just
during the Mini Extravaganza.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because that was dropped during Mini Extravaganza.
Yeah, that's really big. But also red player picking sides, that's good. So it's less bad for you to become red player. Hopefully, I think is what this is going to end up. So you're not going to need to bid as deep. You can spend the points for fun things instead of hoping that you get to set the conditions that will enable your list to do its thing.
Honestly, with being able to have the last veto out of 4 cards and choosing the board side, I don't know. I'm thinking red player maybe.
It gives you some compelling things to think about during that setup.
Now, of course, I've always been one to fill up to as close to 800 points on
and
my
I
list
think
as
most of the
possible,
people in
too,
our gaming community do. But obviously, we weren't people competing at the top table like at the London GT with 19 and 20 was it 24 point bids?
24.
Holy cow! Yeah, that's like almost a unit right there.
That's almost a heavy.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's nuts.
And as to actual specific units, they mentioned Han.
My boy, Mibuki.
Han,
yeah.
Haven't heard much about Han in years.
Is he coming to Legion finally?
Yes. But he is now getting the steady keyword.
Yes.
So that makes him infinitely more scary.
I'm very excited. Plus, they said other changes as well.
Yes, yeah. So they
but
said among
getting
other changes.
Steady on Han. So we were just talking about this before the show. How would you use Han?
Well, as
you wouldn't. I know.
Well, as an Empire player, I wouldn't. But
yeah, just like
unless
aim,
they had
move and shoot sting.
Yeah,
with
aim, move, shoot,
gunslinger.
or double move, shoot, or move, shoot, interact, or There's lots of flexibility in that now.
And I think that fits the vibe of his like running and gunning, gunslinger kind of, bad boy image.
Yeah, because even when he first came out, playing a faction that is heavily on low health but high save units, they've always been horribly afraid of Han, like Death Troopers.
Because he's got the Pierce on the DL-44 and he can drop.
Pierce to Gunslinger. He just like, okay, I'm dealing 4 damage to 2 damage each 2 different units. Deal with it.
Yeah, I hope you can't. I'm very excited for that. And the other things that they teased. It would be great that I could go find an STL file for Han and then use him on the table.
One that actually, his sculpt looks like.
Maybe
looks like Han.
Maybe we'll get a new sculpt. Who knows?
I gotta dig. I have an old meme of that FFG sculpt, and it says, "Who's scruffy looking?"
Oh god, he was scruffy looking. Yeah, that's right. Back in the before times.
Yeah, hopefully they do a hard plastic reprint of him.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah,
that or I'd probably go and find like a Hoth Parka Han, because I've got
your Hoth army is
Hoth army.
There's a couple out there. I've been hanging around a lot of the 3D print communities because all the fun stuff that they've been doing. I haven't really looked at the Rebel units though, so I'll have to dig up
what? Now that you say that, I actually think I had ordered one and a Princess Leia from like Skullforge like months ago. I don't think I ever got it. I'm gonna have to go dig up my
your
emails and see what's going on there. Hey, I might have one.
Did you? I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. See, I'm not crazy. I don't think I ever got that. Maybe I did, and it just never. I don't know. Okay.
Okay then.
Yeah. Anyway, so Han. Yeah.
So on to some more expected changes, though.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Yeah. So Rex, they announced, is going up to 100 points from 90.
From 90 to 100. So.
My hot take, like literally when this first dropped in our local area chat, somebody said that was the first time I heard of it because I was busy at the time, so I wasn't listening to that stream. My first thing out of my mouth was not enough.
Not enough? Well, there might be some other
might be some tangential changes that tie into that.
Because 10 points, while not insignificant, because he is supposed to be one of the cheaper commanders, I think, that was the idea for clones.
Right, but
100, he does a lot. He does.
Yeah, but he's in the Leia Veers tier of command, Leia Veers Krennic tier of commanders, and he outperforms all three of those considerably.
I mean, it's Rex,
so yeah, it's Rex, so he should be more points in the expensive faction on top of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see how it could tie into the next thing they dropped was that clone troopers can only share one green token per attack or defense, and then further clarified that it's the same types of tokens. They aren't going to be adding standby back into that because of this adjustment.
Oh, okay.
So that puts a lot more stock in Exemplar, because Exemplar is still completely unrestricted.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I hadn't caught that. Okay,
yeah.
So and I liked Exemplar. I think that was a really cool ability, and maybe another reason to bring the Exemplarettes with you.
Anakin Padme, the Exemplarettes.
Yeah. That's how
is that a new list archetype?
It's like the Rockettes, but so one token per attack or defense, and so this is your attack tokens. This is your surge. This is your dodge.
Yep. Well, so dodge, surge, aim.
Dodge, surge, aim. That's it. Okay.
So if they take an aim from one unit, that's the only token they can borrow off of someone else. Now, of course, they can still use all their tokens that they personally
have on. Sure.
Yeah, just like any other unit. But yeah, they can only take one from a friendly unit.
I think this is a change that people have been talking about for a while.
Yeah.
And because just being able to dump, having your one clone sergeant that's left and he's just generating tokens for everybody else nearby. I mean, he can still do that to a little bit of an extent, but the days of like, well, I'm going to have 7 rerolls now.
Yeah. So that my Z6 squad is going to be guaranteed hits
man.
across everything,
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
So that's all the notes that they've announced, at least that I've caught. If there's any out there that we've missed, because again, all these streams are an hour or so long each. I try to sit through as many as I can, but I can't catch them all.
So, and the way they just kind of nonchalantly bring them up, and they're like, oh, by the way, also Leia is going to be getting Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Or is they just kind of like off to the side, wait, what did you say?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No, they didn't say that. They did not say that. If I had to pick up an example. Yes, I'm really curious to see. I don't think Jeff's run clones in a while. How many clone players do we have?
We have a few. In fact, I'm curious to see once we get to our local event today what the chatter is going to be about all these little announcements here. So, but we have a couple clone players in our area, and although Jeff was jokingly saying, clone army for sale, partially painted, slightly nerfed.
brought into line. How about that?
No,
yeah.
I don't think it's worth selling off the entire army. They're just being brought down.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we're not going to see like the pendulum swing like we did when Empire was just ruling the universe, and then things got adjusted, and then they did not rule the universe. So hopefully this feels like a good change. I know I'd had multiple conversations and people were talking about this exact thing, so it sounds like I'm hoping they got a lot of testing in there and it proved to be good. Still being able to grab tokens off of other units is a fantastic utility, and hopefully it won't mess up too many people's battle plans there.
Yeah, I mean, there are still some things that need to be addressed, in my opinion, that haven't been brought up yet, like the AA5 and how crazy that is, or the unorthodox tactician more specifically. And then I'm curious what they're going to do with droids as far as adjustments, because it doesn't sound like there are too many people complaining, but droids are still very strong. I mean, I think they might be in a good place. I guess we'll have to see. I really want to see those dwarf spider tanks. And, and all the new stuff come out for them. Well, our good friends in Europe, speaking of the London GT, are of course they're having a great time over there because they have everything.
Well, good for them. I hope they're enjoying them. Let us know how all the play testing is going with the new fun units. I
gotta ask John, because he's importing some stuff, isn't he?
He tried to. Used to be importing some stuff from Canada, but now Canada is also in the same shape. According to
the stuff has been landing in Canada.
Has it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
According to Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe some parts.
Yeah.
Manitoba, maybe.
Which is funny because, same continent. How are they getting it? The U.S. isn't, but unless it's Port of Los Angeles. But, yeah. Because I've heard that place is a mess.
Oh, yeah, that's probably fair. But, that's kind of all the preview you have there. But we are going to be heading now to the local Cantina social event for Legion. And I, of course, am going to be taking my double T-47 list, the same thing I took to the Lone Star. I'm going to be taking to SoCal Open, so I need to shake the rust off a little bit. I've gotten some good reps in with it, so hopefully it'll come back to me real quick here.
I was about to say, you did great over at Lone Star.
I did okay. I want to see if I can, at least maintain or maybe improve, but I haven't been putting in the reps, so I won't be shocked.
Why risk having another bad game in between your good games at Lone Star and then the good games you're going to have at SoCal?
I think I mentioned it. And there's a next level when you've played a list enough and you can start seeing other opportunities open up that you may not think about originally. So hopefully I can, get back and start identifying those situations again. What are you going to be taking today, Dan?
Well, I've been testing some burst of speed on Operative Vader.
Oh, so, okay.
This is kind of an experimental list. It's generic officer and Iden with Operative Vader, 5 T-21s, and 2 snipers.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be interesting. I don't want to play you. I'm excited to see you playing Vader, though.
Yeah.
You're not...
I have not rocked Vader since Wave 1?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the very early days.
Yeah. So, I think the last time I ever played Vader was... I tried a Krennic Vader. A Venic Crater. Venic Crater.
Venic Crater, yes.
Back when I remember pulling off a very interesting deploy the garrison, put a standby on Vader, standby on the Death Troopers. That was a fun turn, but
everything else was garbage.
Yes.
That one turn was magical.
So I haven't touched Vader in a long time. I had to break out my the operative one, which I painted over Pandemic. I didn't actually paint the Operative Vader until Pandemic. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
At least you're painting.
I'll have to say, yeah. No.
You've been doing a lot of that though.
Yeah, well, not enough.
Hobby Dan.
I've been doing a lot of it, and at the same time, not enough of it for my Stormtrooper project is still lagging. But
yeah, because you're doing repaints too at this point.
Yeah.
Getting really good at that white armor, huh?
No, I do the gray and the camo.
Oh, I thought you did the urban camo on the shoulder pads, but the rest of the armor was white. No, you're doing gray?
No, I'm doing gray on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, never mind. Disregard. Not Hobby Dan then.
Oh, well.
But there's no white in there?
I mean, there's white in the urban camo.
There you go. So you're pretty good at doing that white splotchiness.
Yes, there. White. Yeah, just white blobs and then wash over it, and then, it looks good.
It's a very pale gray then, isn't it? Okay.
It's all shades of gray.
One
could say there could be 50 of them.
Yeah, one could, but one wouldn't. Because I don't want to hear about Dan's 50 Shades of Gray. Or maybe I do. Check out Only Dan's.
Only Dan's. Two John was in a trench coat. Only Dan's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
anyways,
we've
guys,
rambled enough.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get to that event. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back for next episode here real soon. Thank you again, as always, to our Patreon members, allowing us to do what we're doing. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Legion Outriders and look for us on Facebook, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.
This concludes the current episode of the Legion Outriders podcast. You may cultivate a tactical advantage by observing the Outriders on Facebook or Twitter at Legion Outriders. Wisdom advocates subscribing to the podcast. Acting otherwise is reckless.